You should've never gave up on me. Remember, I ain't had no views, they ain't players. Mixed emotions, got teary-eyed when I wrote this. What's up, gang, man? I'm OG, back with another video, man. Shout out to Highway Junkie 20, right? He'll wanna drive a too, or whatever. So I wanted to make this video because he had commented under my hours of service video, and I've been meaning to update y'all because I've been learning some things about the hours of service. So when I first started, my clock always ran out. Like 1 week, I basically couldn't even come in Saturday because my 70-hour clock ran down to like 6 hours or whatever. And my dispatcher was like, man, how is that even possible? But shit, I ain't know. I thought you run the clock. And when I was with my trainers, they always went on duty. And I'm figuring why they was always on duty, because they always was still working. What I do is I don't work once I get to these docks. You know, I'm being unloaded. So what I learned is, man, let me show y'all. Let me go to my hours. For your 14-hour clock, and this shit real important because this helped me, because I always never get back on time or just get back, period. I always sometimes had to stay where I was at. So as you can see on here, my 14-hour is still running though, or whatever. You know, the 11 ain't gonna run, that's only drive time. That's my 70-hour, and that's my 30-minute. You know, after you take a 30-minute like off duty or even on duty, your clock will go back to 8 hours. Now I noticed when I was low and I asked the guy, like, man, you know, they be trying to send me out, but they can see that my 70 hours is low. And he like, how the hell your 70-hour clock is low? And I showed him. And he like, no. He said he made the same mistake when he started too, because he been on like 6 months. He say, no, you supposed to go off duty when you at these stores or whatever. Don't stay on duty, because I always stay on duty. And sometimes I just put unloading, not thinking that when I put unloading, I'm unloading. I'm supposed to be back there unloading. You know what I'm saying? Them two different things. Just because you put unloading don't mean you sitting here being unloaded. He said, nah, you gotta go off duty. So I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? What I'm going off duty for? I think I'm still on duty. So he basically like putting off duty, and he showed me that since I had it on duty for like, he went to one of the stores that I was at, and it said like 3 hours I was on duty. And then you can actually go, you can tap that. Let me see if I can show y'all. But you can tap it, and then it'll say switch your status. So I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on. You see that say driving. That's my drive time. That say 2 hours and 50 minutes. It took me 2 hours and 50 minutes to get to this first store. I could tap it. I could tap it, and you see it say edit event status. Now I can go to like on duty, but of course I was driving, and you ain't no way to get around that. But the same for this off duty. I could tap it and be like, damn, I wasn't supposed to be off duty, I was supposed to be on duty. And I think it just changed anyway. But I'm supposed to put it on, if I was supposed to be on duty but it's off duty, I could put it on duty. Now the gym is about this shit, man, that's gonna help you and that helped me, is when you sitting at these stores, I noticed after 2 hours, my 14-hour clock stopped where it's at. So that's good, because I got still 14 hours on my clock to basically get back to the DC, because these stores be taking a long ass time. So if I'm sitting here for 5 hours, I ain't really got to worry about my clock or having to spend the night here because my clock has stopped. Now, after that, after my first store, I noticed when I get to my second store, the clock's still gonna run. For me, it don't stop. And I tried to see like after 2 hours would it stop, but that motherfucker keep going by the second store. But I still save a lot of time on my 14 hour. But you technically still, well, me or you two will still be working more than 14 hours, if that makes sense. Because today I clocked in at 5. 14 hours from 5 in the morning is 7 in the afternoon. But I'm gonna still probably have like 2 hours, 2 to 4 hours. That's usually what I see, 2 to 4 hours on my 14-hour clock left. even though technically I've been working for 14 hours, but my clock had stopped for them hours that I was sitting at my first stop, or it could be my second stop past them 2 hours. And you gonna get the notification and it's gonna say get into sleeper berth or whatever, you know, so you won't be in violation or whatever. But I'll be testing the waters all the time. I never stop, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, shit, what could they say? I still got time on my 14-hour clock. As long as I ain't going in violation, to me on that clock, it's not a problem. And nobody said nothing to me yet, and it's happened at least 2, maybe 3 times. So that's a good gem to know, man. When you get to these stores, go off duty so that clock can stop, because you want as much time as you can to get back. The only way it won't help is if your drive time go down. You know, you can't beat drive time. But I did hear something about a 2-8 split sleeper berth, and I can't even get into that with y'all because I don't even understand that shit myself. But yeah, man, that 14-hour, that really helped. But if, let's say you still having a longer day, and even after your clock stopped and shit, let's say you get caught in traffic and your clock do stop, like let's just say it was a badass accident and you sit in traffic for three hours. Now when this clock do go down to the 14 finna go down, you gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? You can't be driving no more, because then you're gonna go into 14-hour violation. The first thing, just say get in the sleeper berth, and the shit, it don't remind you no more. When you in that 14-hour violation, I know this from experience because I got into violation before. She gonna remind you damn near every 15 to 30 minutes. I think it's every 30 minutes that she be like, motherfucker, you need to pull over. You know what I'm saying? You running out your 14-hour clock. But yeah, man, that's just a quick update. If I learn anything else about this, I'm gonna let you guys know for sure. But that's important to know. Go off duty. It's gonna save you so much time so you can get back to the crib or get back to the DC so you can complete your trip. Because I don't like to lay over a trip, meaning I gotta like stay at this store and go back to DC in the morning. I like to do my trips same day, because that's how you get the money. Nobody wanna it shouldn't take you 2 days to finish a trip, especially the trips that I get here at Best Buy. I can definitely do that shit the same day, whether I gotta go to the DC or I gotta go to a store. But yeah, man, like I said, I just want to holler at y'all about that hour service update, man, because it'll really help y'all. But until next time, gang, I'll holler at you.